Hey guys, what's going on? ZeroArmada here with a little Blacklight Retribution gameplay and commentary. We're playing the map Deadlock, mode is TDM, and basically we're rocking the default loadout. So we got the default assault rifle, default armor, got the combat knife, and the regular grenade for my gear items. Basically I'm on an alt account just messing around, and really kind of something I wanted to really touch up upon and talk about kind of the first part of this video is the default assault rifle. And of course you guys are all new players at one time, and you remember your first days. You're basically force fed and shoved this default assault rifle in your face, and you're basically forced to use it for about the first 10 or 20 levels, or until you found, you know, a weapon that was suitable for you, whether it's an upgraded assault rifle build, a different weapon receiver, or what have you. So kind of as someone who uses a lot of alt accounts, who kind of messes around, plays with level 1 accounts, and someone who participates in a lot of tournaments who ask you to use cosmetic weapons, and of course the cosmetic weapons basically are default weapon builds for that respective receiver, and kind of someone who's basically forced to use those on a day-to-day basis, or you know, on a month-to-month basis, you really kind of forgot or lost the appreciation for the default assault rifle. And kind of just going back to it, it kind of amazes me how real potent the weapon is. I mean, it feels more accurate than some of the builds I've tried, and you know, there's always like the build theory crafting of kind of building for least spread or least recoil or what have you, but I think something that I've kind of really emphasized in a lot of my build guides and all of my videos is you can't really trust the stats 100%. I think this is kind of one of those instances where you can't trust the stats, and I think, you know, if you're a player who's kind of, you know, around the level 30 to 40 or higher range, and you've been using, you know, beefed out or customized weapons, I think you should really just go back to your roots and give the default assault rifle a chance, and you'll kind of be amazed too exactly how powerful it is. And with that, I just want you guys to kind of be the living testament that pay to win doesn't exist in Blacklight. You know, rock out the default weapons and show people that, hey, you don't have to buy anything, save money. You don't have to buy any parts at all, and you can just use the default assault rifle, and you can really improve upon your gameplay by not, you know, giving yourself any conveniences or giving yourself any benefits to your gameplay and your weapons and how you play the game. So that's kind of one thing I want to talk about. I mean, and you'll probably see in this video that, hey, this weapon's pretty damn good. But aside from that, kind of the second topic I want to talk about in this video, I was thinking of doing a Road to God mode video about this topic, but I think I can cover it in about 4 to 5 minutes. So, prefiring. Of course, in any FPS game, you have to have, you know, map knowledge, game sense, and aiming. But I think really in Blacklight is where pre-firing is probably the most important thing and the most important skill that you need to have to be successful. Of course, you need to have some sense of aim, some sense of map skill, some sense of game knowledge. But if you're a good pre-fire, or you know how to utilize pre-fire in a way that benefits you and gets you kills easier, then you're basically set for life in Blacklight. And kind of what I mean by that is there's a lot of examples in this video of me pre-firing, but especially with HRV and legalized wall hacks, you really have limitless opportunities for setting up pre-fire. Of course, in other games, you kind of rely on basically the minimap or footsteps to kind of, you know, lead you into a target and kind of pre-fire. But of course, in Blacklight, you have the legalized wall hacks, so you don't really have to worry about that. And I think that's kind of part of the game, is using HRV to kind of pre-plan everything that you're about to do. And for instance, if you see a guy behind the wall, you HRV, and you just gotta, it's kind of more instinctive than anything. You just have to find the right timing and kind of fine-tune your HRV to see, okay, if this guy's at the wall and I see him running towards the open alley that's right in front of me, how long is it going to take him to actually peek out? And then when you see him peek out, or when you know he's going to peek out, you can start firing before he actually gets there, So he runs into your line of fire, and you're basically you're giving yourself 2 to 3 seconds of gunfire or damage to him before he even shoots you if he doesn't pre-fire you back. And I think you'll notice that with a lot of the exceptional or the higher level Blacklight players, that they really pre-fire the living crap out of you. And kind of the main game meta, I guess, so to speak, is you know, high HP builds, and you see a lot of people just strafing and pre-firing. I mean, that's kind of pretty much Blacklight in a nutshell. You have a heavy build, you use HRV, you pre-fire, and you strafe the living crap so they can't shoot you back. And I think you'll kind of see this in my gameplay as well. If you kind of look back, way back in the day, you'll kind of see how I evolved. In the beginning, you probably saw me in certain instances pre-fire a lot, and you didn't see it as a common thing in a lot of my gameplay, and like probably a year back. But now it's basically more instinctive to me, and I think that's kind of that goes hand in hand with like when I was talking about the default assault rifle. If you just keep practicing that, it'll become instinctive to you, and I think that's kind of why for me the default assault rifles, I feel more stronger than some of the other weapons I've used, because I've been using that probably the most out of any weapons I've ever tried, because I always default back to that. So I think kind of what I'm saying is basically really when you find a better grasp of how to utilize HRV and I guess footsteps in a way to kind of help you pre-fire and give you that better heightened sense of map knowledge, I think you'll really see your game take a step to the next level. And ultimately, that'll take time, that'll take practice, but really, when an FPS game, the best thing I can say, if you want to get better, is just continually practice. And that's kind of something that people always ask me, how to get better at the game. There's no secret to that. I mean, really, if you put the time in, you'll improve. You'll notice stuff, you'll pick up certain things. Like, I've been playing FPS games since I was like 13, and I'm 21 now. So about 8 years of FPS games. It's helped out a lot, the previous game knowledge. And kind of putting all that into play and making the game instinctual to you, that's kind of something that's kind of another misconception. I mean, you don't really think when you play. Of course, you have the strategizing when you're like doing like a domination match or something, but when you're actually kind of in play for your gun skills, you're aiming, you're shooting, or you're finding a target, or you're kind of planning what to do to that target, that's all instinctual. And honestly, if you don't think that's instinctual, then you still need to work on getting it to become something that's more instinctual and kind of work to have it become a skill where it's not really something that you think about in your conscience. But I think that's pretty much it for this gameplay. If you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them down below. And thanks for watching as always, guys. Much appreciated.